welcome back to Sin City Crypto. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts. Today, like every single weekday, we're coming at you live from our studio in Las Vegas, Nevada. And on today's show, we're discussing a multitude of things, including potentially another round of bank failures. Will Bitcoin come to save the day yet again? Also, Elon Musk said GFY to DISNEY. If you know how to spell, that's Disney. You're welcome. And also, Michael Saylor buys another $600 million of BTC. We have that. And the Kyber network hacker, apparently his demands are out there. And, well, he's a man of the people, apparently. And we'll discuss that. But first, here's your other host. It's Robin.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take old, boring, and stale information. Well, we repackage that thing up in a fun and sexy way. So, how's it going?
Did you like my GFY Disney thing?
What does GFY stand for?
Go yourself.
Ah! Yeah.
You get it? You get it?
Bro, did you see that?
Obviously, everyone saw it. I was on freaking Twitter yesterday trying to find some content for the show, and every single scroll was a clip of Elon Musk telling Bob Iger from Disney to go F himself. Yeah. So
there was also, I guess, like thousands of Disney Plus accounts got canceled.
yeah. Oh, we have some. Yeah.
Are we
have some
covering that?
trending?
Are we covering that today?
Of course we're covering. Good. What we're also covering is our channel sponsor. That is none other than Cam's Blue Wire Technology. Today's crystal clear 4K stream is brought to you by the leader in that space. So if you want to maximize your networking, IT, and cybersecurity, and you own a business and you want to just focus on making money, Cam's Blue Wire Tech is a company for you. Visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video.
We also, big shout out. We also got Ashley in the producer chair today.
Ashley, what up? Where's the microphone?
Yeah.
It's over here.
How you doing? Why are you lying to the people?
Lying to who?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Someone asked you a question and you said no.
I'm a classy lady.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we're excited for the show today, man. So got a funny one. Not a lot of funny stuff, man. You know, I get targeted saying my memes aren't funny, the stuff I share. And so what happens yesterday? I say, hey, Rob, couldn't really find a couple funny ones. You mind helping me out? You know what he says after 20 minutes? Yeah, I can't really find anything funny. You want to take back all the times you made fun of my funny stuff for not being funny?
No.
Okay. So I did find this one live from the Silverton Hotel in Las Vegas. Crypto is worthless and just gambling. Also, the same people.
This dude's smashing all.
Talk about maximizing your time, huh? Like some of you here, just Pepe, no SHIB, no Doge, no Baby Volt Inu, no whatever the hell other coins there are out there. And then, have you ever bartered with a monkey?
Yes.
So apparently monkeys in Bali have figured out that they can steal people's phones and then use it as a bargaining chip to get food. And so you can see here, the monkey's like, yep, I'll take that. And but I know I needed something else. And yep, I'll take that. Here's your stupid phone. That's all I got for the funny stuff today, man. I do want to talk about this. This, I guess, is kind of in the funny category. And I know it's white, but so the Kyber network, which is a multi-chain DEX, right, liquidity hub, it's been around since 2017, got hacked, I think about a week ago, 10 days ago. And the, obviously the network, the foundation, whoever runs it, try to reach out to the hacker and say, hey, help us out, blah, blah, blah. We'll let you keep a bounty. He's like, I got to take a nap. After I take a nap, I'll go ahead and start negotiating. And then here we go. His demands are out. So to all relevant and interested parties, I thank you for your attention and patience during this uncertain time for Kyber, as well as the company. Below, I've delineated a treaty for us to agree to. My demands are as follows. He wants complete executive control over the company, temporary full authority and ownership over the governance mechanism in order to enact legislative changes all documents and information related to company and protocol formation, structure, operation, revenues, profits, expenses, assets, liabilities, investors, and salaries, and surrender of all Kyber assets. This is both on-chain and off-chain, includes shares, equity, partnerships, yada, yada, yada. Once my demands have been met, I will provide the following. Executives, you will be bought out of the company at a fair valuation. You will be wished well in your future endeavors. You haven't done anything wrong. A small error was made, rounding in the wrong direction. If it could have been made by anyone, simply bad luck. Employees, under the new regime, your salary will be doubled. It is understandable that many current employees will want to leave. The employees who don't want to stay will be given a 12-month severance with full benefits and assistance in finding a new career. No questions asked. Is this like the Robin Hood of crypto or something here? So he's saying, he's like, to the executives, we're going to boot you out, but we're going to wish you good luck. To the employees that want to stay, we're going to double your salary. And to those that want to leave, we're going to pay you a full year up front, plus all your benefits. Robin? Is this person the man of the people?
Sounds like a presidential candidate. Look, we're gonna make sure all of y'all got money. You're all gonna have jobs. We're gonna print money we don't have. At the very beginning of this, he said he wants full control and powers to change.
Sounds like he's making changes for the better. I don't know. No?
No.
I mean, if you were an employee there, you'd kind of want the hacker to, right? Double my salary, I'll take it.
Yeah, but he's also gonna have full control of all the tokens and
Yeah. He does go on to say, token holders and investors, under this treaty, your tokens will no longer be worthless. Is this not sweet enough? I'll go further still. Under my management, Kyber will undergo a complete makeover. It will no longer be the 7th most popular DEX, but rather an entirely new cryptographic project. This is my best offer. This is my only offer. I require my demands to be met by December 10th. Otherwise, the treaty falls through. What kind of, what do you think the people who are regulating our space are looking at this demand here, and what do you think they're saying to themselves, Ron?
I mean, is it any different than what we see in day-to-day and outside of crypto? MGM got hit with their hack, the one that took
So did
down
Caesars.
Yeah. But the thing is that MGM said that they weren't going to comply with any of the ransom. I think it was, I don't remember what it was, like $10 million or $100 million. I don't know. Anyways, they asked for a lump sum of cash. MGM threw the Elon up that GFY, right? And then they ended up having to come out of pocket like 5, 6, 10 times the amount of revenue lost because their systems are down.
What if this was Sam Bankman-Fried?
What do you mean?
A hacker. What if it's Sam Bankman?
He is literally in custody right now.
Hey, he's got his meds. Who says he doesn't have his laptop?
He doesn't have his laptop.
What if it's
He's in
Elon
jail.
Musk?
He does
What if
not
it-
have a laptop
What if
in
Elon
jail.
Musk is so bored? He's just like, you know what? I'm just going to take over a network.
Where does your
pay the
brain
price.
go? Like, dude is literally locked up in jail. He does not have access to it.
He's got access to Adderall.
Does he?
He does.
I know he requested it. Did you see this? Here, I'm gonna pull up my laptop. So, 10 years ago today, a college student held up his QR code live on ESPN during a college football game. The sign went viral, and you can see here, "Hi, mom, send Bitcoin," and left a QR code.
How long ago was this?
This was 10 years ago. And then if you remember, he was sent 22 Bitcoin when he held this up. And today that'd be worth about $1 million. So,
Can we get in contact with this person?
we can try. Yeah. We'll
Mm.
do a little research.
Okay.
Why not?
Robert says he blames Carlos.
Carlos.
Scary guy. I did mention that Michael Saylor is back on his ways. MicroStrategy has acquired an additional 16,130 BTC for $600 million at an average price of $36,785 per Bitcoin. As of 11/29/2023, MicroStrategy now holds 174,530 Bitcoin acquired for approximately $5.28 billion at an average price of $30.25 thousand. Then we have
Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. What's the second best? There is no second best. There is no second best.
there is no second best.
That's a-
There is no second best. And then we have so this was an interesting one. So this is Dylan LeClaire's Bitcoin maximalist, this is something he tweeted in June of 2021. So kind of explaining how this is all done. MicroStrategy issues debt. They buy Bitcoin against their debt, and the value of MicroStrategy goes up. As it goes up, their weight in the indices go up in the S&P 500. Then they issue new equity to buy more Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes up, market cap goes up, weight indices, and so it's kind of like a flywheel, right? So that's pretty much what they did. And Michael Saylor has come out and said that they are looking to potentially issue more Class A shares, right? So when you issue shares, you're essentially raising money as a company from the public. Robin, is like when's enough, right? I mean, I don't know. I know number go up, this is good, but dude is leveraging everything in his company to buy Bitcoin. Is he a genius?
Yeah. And here's the thing. If the asset isn't going to go anywhere, and if over a longer time horizon, the price doesn't go down, right? You take the short-term volatility out of it. We both recognize that Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is going to be higher 6 years from now, right?
Yes.
Than it is now. Like, sure, maybe we go down to the 20,000s again if something happens. Maybe we hit 18,000 or something. Who knows? But one thing I can confidently say with damn near certainty is as long as the Bitcoin network stays up, which once again with damn near certainty it will, then the price of Bitcoin is going to be at least double where it is now. I mean, that's the most conservative way of looking at it. 6 years from now. And then 10 years from now, 15 years from now, it's going to be even higher than that. So, I mean, the dude's a genius.
But
Or at least he has the conviction to understand where Bitcoin falls. It can't be destroyed, bro. Like the network can't be taken down.
okay, there is, and I know a lot of people write this off, but there's some level of concern that once TradFi gets in via ETFs and they have exposure and they have, maybe they set up mining rigs, maybe they don't, that there might be a chance of a fork of Bitcoin and making it more proof of stake, whatever the case may be. And
you just get another Bitcoin Cash. The original chain is always going to live on.
right. But when you have the resources and money and power and pull that companies like BlackRock have, if they decide to fork it, and now all that money that was sitting on that on the
Doesn't
Bitcoin,
matter if they fork. The only thing they can do is the only thing that can change the network is to have a Bitcoin mining proposal change. It has to be voted on by all the miners.
I'm just saying.
And so you can fork away all you want. You just go to the block that doesn't fork off. That's it. You just keep following that one. We've seen it over and over again.
No, I know how forks work. I'm just saying, right? When people fork, it was like, okay, the miners aren't leaving; they're staying there.
If you're saying that BlackRock will fork Bitcoin and then that will be the dominant chain and the other one will fall off, I think
I don't think it's practical.
It's not practical.
Oh, that's an idea. Okay,
It's a dumb idea.
why is it a dumb idea? It's a conversation.
Do you believe in it at all? In the chance of that happening?
1.2%.
Okay, I agree with you. There's probably somewhere between 1% and 2% chance that Bitcoin gets forked and the new forked Bitcoin becomes more popular than the old one. I think that is probably about as high as I can go as 1% to 2%. And I think you could sit here and say that, hey, this new fork of Bitcoin will be more popular. I mean, they did fork Ethereum, but the last version was broken, right? And Well, they actually rolled back and forked, but still, either way, you did. It's not 100% out of this realm of possibility, but realistically, I think that BlackRock has no intention of wanting to fork it, right? They just want to make money off of it. And they know that, hey, if they get exposure to Bitcoin now, they offer the services, the ETF, they get the percentage fees and the custodial fees. They get those fees now while Bitcoin's at 30,000, and they understand that 10 years out, it's going to be 300 or $1 million Bitcoin. That's going to be one of their best plays ever. So why mess that up, right? It's kind of like the same thing. Like, why spend all these money on these Bitcoin miners to compromise the network? It would be stupid to sabotage your own game. And so, for when you allude to when big money and institutions and BlackRock, they come in, they got no incentive to fork or mess with the network. Previous forks, their incentive was they're going to have a bunch of new tokens, right? You create Bitcoin Cash, and then if you're the largest holder of Bitcoin Cash tokens, then all of a sudden, hey, you just printed a bunch of free money, right? How many millions of dollars are just instantly printed because they just forked Bitcoin? And then you could just sit there and dump those new tokens on exchanges. So outside of that, why mess with the cash cow, right?
I agree.
Real quick, we got 150 viewers, 78 likes. We're about a 50% like ratio. So if you have not hit the like button, do us a favor, hit the like button. Also, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. Not too many new people, but we do got Richard Morrissey, also Country Crypto, and Wrong Again. So to all of you, hola! Welcome.
Wrong Again, believe in yourself, man. Believe in yourself. We do have this from James Seyfert, the analyst of ETFs at Bloomberg. The SEC met with Hashdex on Monday, the 27th, and then issued a delay the next day on their application. This is another in a continuing flow of indications that the SEC is working hard with potential ETF issuers on back-end details and plumbing. Is there any doubt in your mind, Robin, we're going to get an ETF here?
I wouldn't say it's 100%, but it's pretty conclusive. I mean, there's always the SEC has pushed it back against crypto and its entire history, outside of the former chair saying that Bitcoin was a commodity and that Ethereum was a commodity or sufficiently decentralized, sufficiently decentralized. So, could it happen? Sure. Do I think? No, I think it's a very minute possibility. Probably 10% or less.
I like to look at what people do versus what they say, right? Gary Gensler comes out here and crypto's full of this and Bitcoin that, and look at what he's doing, right? Prior to this round of ETF applications, he wasn't communicating. It was like, we filed their application, wait, delay, denied. No communication, no nothing. We need this form. How do you plan on doing this? Now we're seeing a change in that narrative. Now we're seeing Gary Gensler, the SEC, actually working with the filers. Why would they do that if they're not planning on approving a spot ETF unless it's all for show and tell? And he's like, look, we try to work with these guys and we're not there yet still. I don't know. The possibility of that to me is like 15 to 20%. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I feel like Gary Gensler is a spiteful person. Somebody heard him. Listen, here's what happened. When he was teaching at MIT, one of the kids stood up and pointed at him, made fun of him, and laughed him. And on that stage, that very day, as Gary Gensler concluded his lecture, he vowed that he would ruin the cryptocurrency industry because one person made fun of him from the whole classroom. That's what I really think happened, to be honest with you. We have this that could potentially, make things a little worse than they are. So gas has been coming down. It's nice. I saw gas under $4, but hold up. Wait a minute. OPEC Plus has agreed to cut another 1 million barrels of oil per day. Looks like they're trying to anchor the price around $70 to $80 per barrel. We had news that Brazil will be joining OPEC as well. The likes of Iran, Saudi Arabia, of course, Venezuela, Russia. And so all the names I named, they're not typical fans of Western countries, which includes the United States. So knowing that and this is me putting on a little bit of a tinfoil hat here, but knowing that the U.S. government has to replenish the petroleum reserve, right? Because we went through that. Biden wanted to keep the prices on gas down artificially by releasing our stockpile. Now you gotta add back to it on top of everything, people using it. So who knows? But if gas prices start going up, we know that everything will start going up as gas is used to transport goods. Any comment on that?
Nah.
I believe you have the clip of Elon. That was
we want to get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right.
Why don't you set it up?
All right. So
Who's this?
sorry. So we got Elon here. I just want to say Elon yesterday. This kind of looks like my aunt when we took away the Riesling bottle from her and we tried to cut her off. Just saying. She's pretty testy when it comes to her Riesling. So here we got a clip. This is the one, and I watched it in its entirety. And so it was about a minute and a half, 2 minutes where he was kind of going off. And in case you didn't know, he said some anti-Semitic, some tweets regarding Israel and Hamas situation. Anyway, pissed a bunch of people off. Tried to pull the whole cancel culture off on him, saying, hey, apologize or we're going to remove ad money from you. We're not going to advertise on X. And, this anyways, in case you haven't checked Twitter.
There's no way you haven't seen
There's a public perception that was part of a apology tour. There was advertisers leaving. We talked about
stop.
You don't want them to advertise?
No. If somebody's trying to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
There's a public perception.
He did the whole hand thing, like go.
He did, yeah.
Do it. Huge. Robin, you mentioned the Disney Plus thing. Look at this. Cancel Disney is trending on Google. And a lot of people are saying, hey, they're taking side with Elon Musk. They see a man who
can we tweet that? Can we throw a
what would you like me to say, Robin?
say with Elon we stand.
With Elon, we
make sure you tag him too.
stand.
So put a at Elon there.
We stand and hold. I'm just kidding.
With Elon, we stand.
Why, you think he's gonna see it? Maybe he will.
Hold on. You're supposed to put the hashtag cancel Disney.
Oh shit. My bad.
What's the whole damn thing?
Here, I think we can edit it because we pay for premium, Brett. Look at that. Edit post.
Wow.
With Elon Musk.
Bro, you know what else?
Hashtag-
You know what else he said? So the New York Times was like, "Hey, have you throttled our coverage?" Because that was by New York Times. And they're like, "Have you throttled our coverage since we haven't we don't pay for the membership?" He was like, "The membership's $1,000." He was like, "You don't want to be throttled? Pay for it." And he's like, "So you did throttle it?" And what do you think?
Let's move on to the crypto markets. But before we get into
He's literally saying he's blackmailing the New York Times, doing exactly the same thing. Well, not the same thing,
a little different. A little bit.
Yeah.
Before we get into the prices, I do want to share a few things. So these are some of the trends. This is from CryptoRank.io. Top 20 coin searches in the last 7 days. Terra Classic UST is up 300% on the last 7 days. That is among the most popular searches. Blur, Celestia, Arbitrum, Aptos, and the top 20 most visited coins in the last 7 days. Pyth Network, which is like the chain link on Solana. D.Fi, which had a massive ICO had a massive funding round. I believe it was close to $20 million. And then Bitcoin, happy to see Bitcoin up there. And then the Celestia again, This one is popping up everywhere. I believe it's like a blockchain infrastructure for blockchains to build on top. Yeah, the first modular blockchain network for anyone to launch their own blockchain. There's a couple other ones that do this, but pretty far down. This is definitely the highest ranked one. And chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the most popular one. As far as the space at their end, there's a few other ones. I know Komodo does the same thing. We did a video on that when we first started the channel. When content wasn't that good. Then we have from DeFi Llama, total value locked on all chains. I want to note here the massive surge from Solana. Over the last month, TVL on Solana has gone up 69%. It is now sitting at number 7 with 115 protocols and $651 million in TVL. Of course, the king is still Ethereum. Got everyone else 4-1. The next highest is Tron at 7 billion. Ethereum has them 4-1. The next biggest after that is Binance Smart Chain. They have them over 10-1 or close to 10-1. And so you might ask yourself, Ethereum's slow. Ethereum's expensive. Why do people keep using it? Right here, $26 billion. That is where all the liquidity is, my friends. And then I just wanted to click on Solana, just kind of see what some of the top projects on here as far as TVL. Marinade Finance has about 570 million in TVL. Jito, MarginFi, Solen, Orca, Radium, and then the liquid staking Lido in regard to Solana is up there as well. And then we have this from Patrick Scott. What a difference 2 months makes. DEX volume on Solana is about to cross 7 billion in November. Look at this chart, Robin. This is Solana DEXs, right? What are your thoughts on Solana moving forward? Is there? I know when Solana came out, it was Ethereum killer, but so did 20 other layer ones were labeled an Ethereum killer. Does Solana truly have a chance? Right? It's faster. It's had uptime. It's more user friendly. Does Solana have a decent chance of potentially surpassing Ethereum in this bull market, or maybe the next one?
No.
No. Why is that?
Okay. Could it pass Ethereum on certain metrics, on transactions, throughput? But at the end of the day, those are going to be short-lived. They're going to only be intermittent. And at the end of the day, people are more vested in using Ethereum than they will be Solana. It's the go-to place. It really is. It's the birthplace of the smart contract. It's the go-to DeFi hub, right? It's where everybody builds DeFi on top of, and everyone else is trying to copy. I mean, we saw Uniswap, right? Uniswap on Ethereum. That was just essentially copied, right? The source code was copied and then stuck on Binance, and we see all of these different forks of Uniswap on different chains. And so they're what people are trying to mimic. And so you can sit here and say, hey, I'm gonna make the next biggest iPhone, but I'm gonna have the next best iPhone. But you know what? You need to you gotta have a better product than what was there before. And so what is Solana gonna offer that you can't get on Ethereum? Now, the one thing that has made other chains competitive, right, is the fact that Solana has high gas fees, high transaction costs.
You mean Ethereum?
Yeah.
Has high gas fees?
Yeah.
You said Solana.
Yeah. Well, my apologies. So compared to Solana, well, Ethereum, high gas fees, high transaction fees, very low throughput on the chain, not so scalable when there's a ton of congestion. And so will those be fixed and addressed in the future with the roadmap? It should be. How long will it take? That's the real question. But at the same time, I mean, how many people are actually using DeFi anyway? I don't know. I get it. Just not
How many people are actually using DeFi?
Yeah, I mean, DeFi, smart contracts, the Ethereum network. Right now, I feel like Ethereum It's places that people are investing in the technology, even though it hasn't been implemented to the scale that it will be in the future. And so they have some room to run. They got some time to address throughput. But outside of that, man, outside of their throughput and their transaction fees, there's no reason to go anywhere else. And once those are addressed, then there really is no reason to go anywhere else.
You're talking about for Ethereum?
Yeah. Because that's the whole thing for Solana, right? That's the whole thing for Solana is that it's fat. Why did they rally up to the 200 and what was it, $250 or something? What was the height of Solana's price?
260.
They got there because they were remedying the slow nature of Ethereum and the high gas fee of Ethereum. That was why people went there.
Why do you use Apple and not Android?
The network effect.
Okay. Do you like the interface more? Do you like the experience as far
I
as
like the fact. So here outside of my phone, at one point I decided to stop buying laptops that were Windows based, and it wasn't big. And if anything, you put a lot of constraints when you go to Mac. But one thing that offers is that there's walls there, and you have to play within the playground, right? So you can't just download an app that somebody just randomly created. It has to be approved. And so instead of getting a virus or your computer breaking because some third party developer just created something that you happen to click on and everything's done, it all has to go through the gates of Apple. So that's why I went there. So it was more of a quality thing. So simplistically, it's easy to use. The interface was nice. But at the end of the day, I just knew the thing was going to work. That was the most important thing for me is I want to buy a computer and not be 16 months from now having to go buy a new one or taking it in to go get repaired or getting a new hard drive. And
let me ask
that was the most important thing to me.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think Ethereum will have their slow throughput and their high transaction fees fixed in the next year and a half?
No.
Then I think Solana can leap Ethereum.
Yeah, I think they can for certain metrics, but not. But
here's the thing, though. Like Apple, right? Apple started with a computer, then they went to like iPod and the phone, and now it's this giant ecosystem of if I have an Apple phone, I'm going to have a watch and the AirPods and Apple computer and AirTags and Apple. Everything's Apple because it's all integrated. The user interface is it's friendly. It's easy to navigate. There's no point in having an Apple phone and getting an Android watch, right? There's no point. So when people go to play in DeFi or NFTs or whatever, and they're like, oh, this is on Ethereum. Oh, damn, that's expensive. Damn, why is it slow? Oh, this is Solana. Wow, this is fast. Wow, this is friendly. Oh, I can integrate this. I can great.
The same,
now those people and that liquidity is going to slowly start to flow to Solana. And unless
you are making the perfect case for the Ethereum with what you're saying. When I first got the iPhone, everybody made fun of me because they were like, hey, with Samsung, I can download all these tracks. I can just download thousands of tracks and they're all free and I can play these and there's so many more apps. And with Apple, it ran a lot slower. Apple has always been slower. The Macs are slower. The iPhones are usually a little behind. Remember, they're the last one to get waterproof. They're the last one to get rid of this stupid proprietary plug that charges your phone. They're always a couple steps behind because they take their time. They understand that the competition might move faster, but things break. And that's exactly what Solana feels like in comparison to Ethereum. Ethereum is moving along. It's upgrading slowly. It might not have all the features that the newest chains have, but at some point, you can either go play over there and risk your computer catching a virus or your whole thing crashing or the Solana network going down, or you can just play where you feel comfortable and safe with
and spend Ethereum. A crap load of money. It's great. I want to know what the chat thinks. Do you think Solana has a chance to leap Ethereum in the next bull market? Put a 1 for yes, put a 2 for no. 1, yes, Solana can leap over Ethereum. 2, no. Well, I'm curious what the chat thinks. As the chat is doing that, Robin, why don't you take a look at some prices?
All right. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 37,700 and 70 something dollars here. Second. Roll up. All right, so it's 37.7 here on Bitcoin. Not much movement in the day or the week, but when you zoom out to the month, you can see that a month ago we were at 34,000, and then take a look at the 1 year. We've came all the way from the depths at 16,000, full 2x within the year, and then taking a look at some of the altcoins here, we got FTX token up 6%. At $4, I got no faith in this, man.
Why not?
Even if they relaunch, there's not gonna be any real utility to this, right?
Well, guess who holds that is the freaking estate.
Yeah.
So what do you think they're gonna do? Hold on to their own token? No, they're gonna dump that shit.
Dump it. Yeah.
And they're gonna dump it on you as people buy it.
Objective Protocol, also Theta, Render, Polkadot. So some decent numbers decent pumps in the altcoin space today, but also some of the big pullbacks. Stacks down 7%, IOTA 16, and then that's all I got. So.
See a lot of ones, and I see a lot of twos as well. Here's my thing, right? And I'll kind of wrap it up with this statement: is if you believe there's going to be an influx of new users, right, and the building is happening on both Ethereum and Solana. The liquidity lives on ETH now. But if you don't believe that Ethereum is going to fix their issues in the next bull market, and that influx of people are going to come in and realize that, hey, I got a better chain, a faster chain, a more user-friendly chain, liquidity is moving there, and it's cheaper, I'm going to use it, then you kind of got to lean towards maybe Solana leapfrogging Ethereum. All right.
What happens if their network goes down?
Well, obviously, that's something that would change it,
but it's not even that uncommon.
But
it was a year ago. Their network
thing,
went
though.
down.
Okay, but here's the thing:
the
reason the Solana network kept going down, majority of it was DDoS attacks, right? Those are not going to be possible with Fire Dancer. Like Fire Dancer.
Why do you say that?
Because that's literally what they're solving.
I understand that, but to sit here and think that the Fire Dancer upgrade has completely remedied that problem.
That is why, though. That is literally why they're doing it.
I understand.
So then what's your argument?
My argument is that it hasn't rolled out. It could have caused 5 other problems. I think that, like, here's the thing.
You're not prescribing medicine here.
But you don't erase the chain. The chain keeps going on. And so all you're doing is putting new parameters and you're not forking it. You're essentially just adding different parameters to the chain. And will there be a workaround? Can somebody find an exploit, a DDoS attack exploit that circumvents it? And when you sit here and shake your head, the power of hackers and nerds that have nothing to do with their life besides try to wreak havoc, combine that with AI and basically having a sidekick to sit here and help you attack in ways that we've never seen before. To think that there's no possibility of a DDoS attack?
I didn't say there's no possibility. I'm saying
I'm telling you,
that is literally what it's trying to solve.
I get that. I understand. But what I'm saying,
the same thing can be said for Ethereum and Avalanche and Cardano and anything, right?
Yeah.
As technology advances, and any chain could.
And if you were to sit here and say the Ethereum network just upgraded, there's no chance, there's no way that their newest upgrade they're going to have high transaction fees. I'm not going to believe it until I see it. And that's the same thing once we get into a bull market and all of a sudden there's 20, 100, 200x amount of users and different projects and minting, and the throughput is through the roof. And when we're in that environment, in that same environment that took down Solana 9 times, when we're in that environment again and they stay up, then I'll believe it. But right now, I don't.
I like how I said I'll end it at this. Because I didn't want to go on for another 10 minutes, but you just can't keep your mouth shut. I just wanted to like say one last thing, and now you drag me back into this damn conversation again.
Because you brought it back up.
I just said, let me finish by saying this. That means
See?
I am not trying to argue, but here we are arguing. Because you just can't shut your mouth for 5 seconds.
Because you gotta have the last
All
word.
I'm saying, it's not about the last word. I'm stating a fact. All I
You
said
literally
was,
said,
I
I'm gonna
said-
have the last word, and then started talking. And then I'm supposed to just shut up here and not say anything.
Yes.
You were like, you know what? I'm reading a lot of 1s and 2s, which is a good point because the ones, this is what I'm gonna say about Solana. Don't say anything, Rob. Don't say anything. But the ones, yeah.
I was stating a fact, not an opinion.
It's not a fact.
The fact,
That's what I'm saying. It's an
Fire
opinion.
Dancer is to solve the issue Solana had with the network going down.
Okay.
That is a fact.
It is a fact.
That is what I was saying.
It is a fact. There's zero chance that Solana will go down.
That's not what I said. You are the funniest, bro. You put words in my mouth and you argue against yourself. That's literally what you do. You put words in my mouth and then you argue against what you said I said that I didn't say.
I said that you said that you did.
Listen, man, Solana is going to kill Ethereum, right? Over this conversation. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Oh, my head hurts, man. You give me headaches. More than my wife does. Digital Canadian dollar fails to... Wait, no, this is not it. Is this it? No, this is it. Sorry, my bad. U.S. banks. Unrealized losses surged to record $684 billion in Q3. Unrealized losses on investment securities held by U.S. banks reached $684 billion, which is a 22.5% increase year over year. Despite growing losses, the FDIC maintains that banks are well capitalized. Yeah, sure. Even as profits have fallen 4.6% due to the potential loan losses. And the Federal Reserve's emergency funding facility, which is pretty much, hey, we'll front you the money, don't worry about it, hit a record high of $114 billion, indicating ongoing instability in the banking sector. And the increase was primarily driven by rising mortgage rates, reducing the value of MBS, mortgage-backed securities, that are held by banks. And you can see here, this is going all the way back to 2008. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, the banks have, guys, the only thing holding this house of cards up is the Federal Reserve. If we get another bank run, you want to talk about inflation going back up? You want to talk about money starting to flow back into the money supply going up again? That's what we're talking about here, guys. Unrealized losses are not an issue until the bank is forced to sell the assets at a loss to cover unforeseen events such as bank runs. We had this from Nick Carter. My bank lost a wire today. How do you lose a wire? Starting to think we might need a better system. A lot of people, my brother's had some issues with his bank. Some people are saying that they're having issues sending money. In my opinion, I think something's brewing behind the scenes. I think the Fed's going to have to step in and just completely bail out the banks yet again because they put them in that situation. And I have this this from TradingView. So I have here highlighted the Silicon Valley collapse, right? This was back on March 10th. And we saw Bitcoin rally about 47%. And then here is when First Republic went under. This was May 1st, and Bitcoin rallied a little smaller, 7.5%. And then more recently, we had Citizens Bank collapse. This happened on November 3rd, and we saw a rally. Now move this out of the way. If I can grab it. Come to me. No. Come on. There we go. All right. And then after this happened, we saw Bitcoin rally approximately close to 10%. So, Robin, we're seeing a trend here. Banks start going under, Bitcoin starts pumping. Is Bitcoin the savior to banks? And if you are worried about another banking collapse or an issue with the banking system, what do you recommend people do? You recommend them throw all their money in Bitcoin?
Bitcoin does nothing for the banks. It's an exit strategy, right? And so as a user, as an individual, here in the States, I understand, I think we understand that the government's not going to let all the banks go under. And we've gotten into the situation that they can't even let one go under. because one going under spooks the market, and then so
Doesn't spook the Bitcoin market.
no,
Right.
no, but it spooks everybody else, right? But here's the
But maybe
thing.
people need to be spooked.
So with the way that the Fed is doing it is ensuring all of the unrealized losses, right? That's essentially it, right? They're
Wait, say
insuring
that one more time.
they're insuring all the unrealized. No, I don't want to say all, but all of
No,
the,
they are. So what the Fed is saying
But,
is,
what I'm saying is the balance sheet is going to have other things on there, but predominantly it's going to be made up of.
But what the Fed is saying, hey, if you have to sell to satisfy withdrawals or whatever, instead of selling at a loss, sell it to us. We'll give you the full value, hold on to it, and then once it comes to maturity, we'll just take the money.
Yeah.
So they're fronting them the money.
But
But what do they need to do to front that money? Print.
Yeah, but those are for the U.S. Treasury bonds, which is predominantly most of the balance sheet. Now, with that
And
said,
mortgage-backed securities too.
yeah.
That is what's driving this round of unrealized paper losses.
So they're going to just print. They're just going to print money into infinity to save the banks from going under. That's the country we live in.
Here's a problem, though, right? And I talk about this all the time. The problem is there's not as many people lining up to buy your debt anymore. Partly because they don't believe in you, partly because they have their own issues they're trying to deal with in their own countries, in their own economies, in their own central banks, which means that a majority of that money is going to stay in-house, is going to stay in the country.
They're just going to keep dropping, or they're going to keep increasing the how much they're going to pay back, right? The interest rate. They're going to make the interest rates favorable for the buyer, the foreign country, and then they're going to jack up our interest rates, and so they're going to cut a deal. They're going to say, "Hey, China, look, we need $10 billion or $100 billion or $1 trillion, whatever it is, and here buy this bond. It'll return 4%." They're like, "Nah, okay, it'll return 6%. No, it'll return 8%." Or that's the situation that we've gone into, and these bond auctions. The last one has been the one that has shown us that people aren't interested or don't find U.S. bonds or borrowing as the U.S. borrowing as lucrative as it once was, and so now you got to incentivize foreign countries to borrow by giving them a higher return or higher yield, which in turn we got to come out of pocket for that. And then we got to print more money, which puts us in a deficit, which all of a sudden, next thing you know, you got the pump 4 years from now. You're like, $20 a gallon.
Yep.
It sounds crazy, but it would not surprise me to see $20 a gallon, say 8 years from now. Do you think that's that far of a stretch?
No.
What's a gallon of gas right now?
Well, it's under $4 right now.
Okay, so $4. So all you got to do is get a 5x. So 5 times the price. There was a moment back when it was $1 and some change about 4 years ago on gas. Remember that?
I don't know if it got that low. I remember
it was
being
it was short term. It was short term
yeah.
because remember they had like the surplus and they're trying to get. And they're like people. I think it was right before COVID or something. But anyways, we've seen sub $2 gallons of gas in recent memory. And if you have an exponential curve on inflation where, hey, all of a sudden inflation is skyrocketing because of political issues, printing, could see a situation where we're at $20. It's only 5x away. We've already 4x'd in the last 8 years, I would say. It's in some regard, if you were to look at the lows to highs. And yeah, it's not that far away. $20 a gallon.
I mean, what are we paying for a dozen eggs now? $5, $6.
Mm-hmm. Once again, those are sub $2.
Yeah, I'm saying, and you just get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? The prices are never going to come down unless we see massive deflation, which I don't think we will. The prices are never going to come down. No, $5-6 is normal for eggs. Soon, $10 will be normal for eggs, and then 15, and then $10 for a gallon of milk.
The dollar menu at the McDonald's is gone, man.
Yeah, now it's going to be the $10 menu.
There's nothing on there anymore.
I literally
Can you buy
cannot-
anything for $1 at
My
McDonald's?
wife cannot go to the damn store without spending $100 damn, bro. Comes home with like 2-3 bags. I'm like, what'd you buy?
I went
This
to,
is
I went
how
to
much was it?
Costco for that poker game. $500, dude. I mean, I had a decent amount of stuff in
Who
the
won
cart.
that poker tournament, by the way?
Oh, no comment.
I'm sure you'll have a comment on this one, Rob. XRPL wallet Zum. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. XRP Army. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Zum or Chum. I don't know. They are boosting XRP payments with an Apple Pay integration. What? Zum, the primary wallet serving users on the XRP ledger, has unveiled expanded access to Apple and Google Pay through its latest edition of payments on-ramp protocol, Topper. Topper by Uphold is set to change the game for users on XRPL, as it will permit the purchase of crypto using credit and debit cards routed through either Apple Pay or Google Pay. XRPL users can now transact in a number of foreign exchange currencies, including dollars, euros, British pounds, and ultimately XRP. One crucial goal of the XRPL Zum wallet is to bridge the gap between users within the ecosystem as concerns how they interact with the broader financial ecosystem. Rob, what are your thoughts?
Interesting.
I mean,
Very
Apple Pay is
interesting,
pretty massive, right?
I like how you say it's pretty massive.
Huge.
Like, yeah, did you know people use it? It's not a partnership. You know what? Apple just
But it's an
says-
integration.
Yeah, well, Apple has pushed back. Apple's pushed back quite heavily when it comes to crypto and apps. I know there's the Uniswap app. That one went. They took that down for a moment. And there was so much FUD on that. They're like, Apple got rid of it, and then it was back like shortly thereafter. But yeah, you're not seeing too much development on the app side on iOS, and so these stories become more and more a thing. More of an outlier. I don't know, man. I'm pretty bullish on XRP, but this is a third party, right? It's XRPL. They're the wallet provider.
And then Topper.
Yeah, so if it was more something that was a partnership with the layer one, with Ripple, then at that point I would be pretty bullish. I think this is a wallet developer that has probably put some kind of wording or some kind of platform together that kind of takes, because essentially you were saying that as a debit card, right?
No, it's an on-ramp, right?
Yeah,
It's an
but-
on-ramp, but it's integrated with Apple Pay. So if you're using the wallet, right, and it's on your phone, you can Apple Pay and buy crypto and dollars and thing. And
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's the on-chain kind of Apple Pay wallet service that I would like to see. I don't know. I don't know too much about the inner workings of this, but I feel like
But we do agree that Apple Pay and Google Play are important, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people use that for their payments. And now if you can use that to buy crypto or buy XRP on the wallet or use it to buy NFTs on the XRP ledger,
I guess where I'm getting at is that I want to see people moving Bitcoin straight from a wallet address on Apple Pay right to a terminal. And it being, you go to terminal and instead I can either pick my debit card, I can pick my American Express, or I can pick Bitcoin, and it says $24 there on the terminal. I tap Bitcoin, comes right out of my Bitcoin wallet address, goes there, $24 worth is paid off the layer one. That's what I would like to see. Now, I understand this is a third party from XRP, the XRPL. It's a wallet provider there on that network. It's bullish. I'm down. I'm just saying that not quite euphoria here is where I'm getting at. What I want to see is more Apple propping up these crypto blockchains and saying, hey, we support Bitcoin, we support Ethereum, we support XRP, the actual token, and that's what I'm super excited about. Not trying to short sell this at all, but I'm just
sounds
saying
like
that-
you are, man.
Yeah.
Are you the anti-XRP army? Elizabeth Warren. Real quick, and I mean real quick. Does XRP get to over $5 in the next bull market?
Next bull market? Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. We do want to give one last shout out to our channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to learn how they can help your business scale and grow, visit bluewiretech.com. Also want to give a big shout out to our producer, Ashley, doing a great job today. Ashley, who did better today? Was it me or Robin? His birthday was yesterday, so don't feel obligated to say him for
I
his
honestly still think it was Robin, but
birthday. You mother-
There it is.
sorry.
Okay, explain yourself. Why?
Okay,
Exactly.
it was you. My bad.
Thank you,
My
Ash.
bad. My
You are getting that pay raise we talked about.
Also, we did have a little shout out to the new people. We had Doc Juan or Doc Jean, Night Horse, Eric B, Tommy T, Trevinex, Poman 13, Dean M, Hogzilla, Chris Sinden, and Jeffster. To all of you, hola! Welcome.
Also, guys, we are live on Rumble, Twitch, and Twitter, or X. So if you don't like YouTube for a reason, you can watch us there. And if you are watching on those platforms, welcome to the community. Follow us on those platforms. Also, hop over to YouTube, subscribe to our channel as well. With that being said, Ashley, you did it prematurely, man. You gotta work on this stuff. Coming earlier tomorrow, we'll work on our time here, okay? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to come back tomorrow for Force Friday. You have all of us here since Crypto. We love you. Until tomorrow.
Sin
Peace.
City Crypto. Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.